50/50 sponsors celebration of sponsors for the Lead 50/50 Awards. Now, you work for Guardme.
Correct.
And Guardme have very generously sponsored the Lead 50/50 Awards this year. And I mean that most sincerely, because without sponsors, we would not be able to put this on. Currently we've got Oxford International, Speak Up London, Oxbridge Holdings, Susan Fang, I don't know if you know her, but together, all of you have managed to make it possible for us to hold this celebration of men and women who are championing diversity in our sector. So first of all, I'm giving you my heartfelt thanks, Michelle, to you and everyone at Guardme.
Thank you so much, Ella, for inviting us to speak on an important topic today, but also thank you for thanking us. It's a privilege to be a key sponsor of the Lead 50/50 Association and your awards and your events. The groundbreaking work that you're doing in the sector to level the playing field for all individuals in line with equality, diversity and inclusion is really inspiring and very motivating for us here as individuals within the Guardme organisation.
Yeah, I mean, we first started Lead 50/50 nearly 8 years ago now, myself, Maria Castro. Do you know Maria?
I do know Maria.
Maria and Leanne, of course, three of us in the Marlena bar in Berlin. We looked around and we thought, you know what, there's not really a women's networking group and that is accessible to us. So why don't we start one? And it was about the time of the Sheryl Sandberg had brought out that book, Lean In. Did you ever read that?
I've not, but definitely on my to-do list in line with a next read. I always love a recommendation.
Yeah. So that was the kind of impetus for the awards. And Guardme, you know, right from the beginning, have always been really supportive and certainly very interested in everything that we've been doing. So again, thank you for that. You do have some icons in your leadership team, don't you?
We do. I'm very lucky. I joined Guardme over 15 months ago, and historically I've had 22 years of experience within the international education arena, working and representing a lot of UK universities. But over 15 months ago, I accepted a new challenge and came into the world of Guardme Europe and all things travel and medical insurance, supporting our client partners as well as insured students in line with when they need us the most. So yeah, it's an absolute privilege to be part of the team. Our senior leadership team are very motivational speakers within the industry. They do a lot. They've really contributed to leveling the playing field for students and community members within all of the education industry. They're very good mentors in line with all of the staff look up to them as buying into their overall mission of making a difference, being impactful and supporting through kindness as well as through sponsorship activities, those within the industry that are trying to make a difference.
Yeah, I've noticed, I do always think Guardme does seem like a really fun company to work for, and kind of, what's the word? Is the word pastoral? I never know how to pronounce that. Pastoral, but anyway, like it sounds cheesy, but like a family, like it looks like a great place to work.
It is. It's a fantastic community. I would say there's a great vibrancy. There's ED&I at the centre of recruitment all the way through to delivery, and all of our leaders are very inspirational. They support their teams to achieve. So I'm very lucky at Guardme Europe. We've got Mark Sheeran as the CEO. He definitely recruits and hires fun people to make insurance more relatable, in line with insurance can be serious subject, but he definitely has picked well in terms of some great characters within our team.
Yeah, definitely. So you must get asked a lot to support events. How do you make your decision? Which ones do you choose and how is that done?
Absolutely, Ella. We're inundated with requests, and obviously we take every opportunity to sponsor a good cause or initiative seriously. So at Guardme, corporate social responsibility is at the heart of our mission, and we see it as more than just a commitment. It's a responsibility to contribute positively to society. And when it comes to sponsorship decisions, in line with your question, we look for partnerships and initiatives that align with our values, like diversity, inclusion and social impact. We really are wanting to make change. So supporting the Lead 50/50 awards felt like a natural fit for us here. We've supported you on several occasions, as these awards celebrate and empower all individuals striving to become inspirational leaders, which is essential for a more equitable and diverse future. So we're really on board with your vision.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, like you said, you've got some um, inspirational leaders of your own, so it makes sense that you would want to support an organization that also celebrates inspirational leaders. So it's fantastic. Now, are there any kind of issues you've had when you come to investing in diversity and equity and inclusion initiatives?
Oh, sure. There's definitely challenges, particularly around ensuring our investment has tangible impact. Diversity and inclusion can sometimes feel like broad concepts. So we want to ensure that our sponsorship directly supports meaningful change. So the rewards are immense when we can see the impact that it has on our community. So seeing the impact of these events on participants, fostering a culture of empowerment and knowing that we're contributing to a more inclusive future makes it all worthwhile. And it also strengthens our relationships with our clients and partners who these values and efforts are valued just as much as we value them. So I consider myself extremely lucky to be part of the Guardme community, which empowers all of its internal and external members to make a meaningful difference to society. So yeah, it's a very privileged position and role that I've got at Guardme Europe. So we can sponsor events such as Lead 50/50. I remember my first Lead 50/50 awards ceremony at ICEF Berlin last year. And I was stood in the audience looking at the stage and looking at all of the nominees and how much that meant to them, but also how much it meant to everyone else.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a fantastic event and so nice to be part of it. You know, everyone's buzzing, even just to be shortlisted is fantastic, isn't it? That somebody has taken the time to nominate you and submit a nomination, or even you've self-nominated, which we wholeheartedly encourage. In fact, we extra points for self-nomination. No, not really, but we do love self-nominations. So now I know we're not obviously not the only initiative you've supported. I know you've recently supported another one. Would you like to tell me about that? Something in ICEF Berlin? Is it Teach for All? Tell me about that.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. So you've definitely been doing your research, or you've heard in the sector the good news stories coming from that initiative. So that is one story that comes to my mind, as well as a recent charitable partnership event undertaken at ICEF Berlin amongst our client partners for a great cause, as you named, Teach for All, where we supported initiatives aimed at providing education to underserved communities. We saw firsthand how a small investment could create a ripple effect and create a positive change. And these experiences have shown us that we can make a real difference by supporting causes aligned with education, equity, and inclusion. So when we were deciding as a sales team, okay, what are we going to put in terms of merchandise within our executive lounge and booths at ICEF Berlin, we thought, well, why don't we be responsible this year and avoid taking plastic water bottles and pens as giveaways and run an initiative and an activity that our partners and the wider industry could get involved in. And we came up with the concept Spin for a Cause. And it was great spinning the wheel alongside our client partners. And when it landed on an amount, that amount has been totaled up and will be given to the charity Teach for All. So keep an eye out on our Guardme Europe and Guardme Canada LinkedIn posts for the final amount that was gathered by all of our valued partners and how much we're going to be contributing into that charity organisation.
I love it. That's a great idea. Then you feel like you've done some good, even if you've just walked into your lounge, spun the wheel, and some money has been donated to charity. It's fantastic.
A feel good, hey, a real feel good for our client partners.
Yeah, and I saw that you had, I saw the water fountain. I think I saw Rafi on online demonstrating the water fountain. It's a good idea.
Brilliant. He's fabulous, isn't he? Yeah, I think, we're lucky to have so many great team members that really are trying to think outside the box on how we can serve our communities and initiatives, and also how we can be socially responsible on our impact to the environment. Let's avoid giving out plastic merchandise with Guardme logos. Let's look at maybe subscriptions to mindfulness and apps like that can help our own members within the network.
Yeah. Well, have you got any future plans? Can you reveal, obviously, other than supporting Lead 50/50 for, again, I'm sure that will happen. Do you have any other plans? Has Guardme got anything else that you could reveal for us now?
Yeah, well, certainly Guardme is committed to deepening our partnerships in the diversity and inclusion space, and we're looking at opportunities to sponsor more events, create internal mentorship programs, and partnering with organisations that align with our vision of inclusion, especially within the education industry. So we are exploring more ways to support underrepresented voices within our industry. So on this one, I would say stay tuned. There's a lot more to come from the Guardme team.
Is there? Brilliant. Very exciting. Well, thank you so much for joining me here today. Really interesting to find out more about Guardme. And I love the way you're so committed as a company to be supporting diversity and inclusion. Very forward thinking, because that's just, that's what role models and leaders in the industry do. And Guardme is certainly up there at the front. Yeah, and see you at the awards, no doubt. Thank you very much, Michelle.
Thank you, Ella. It was a pleasure to discuss these important topics. At Guardme, we're passionate about removing barriers to education, training, and life in general. And diversity and inclusion are values that Guardme truly stands behind. And I'm excited to see what's ahead on the road. And thank you so much for allowing us to participate in this virtual discussion today. And yeah, I'm sure we'll be seen as corporate sponsors of Lead 50/50 events in the near future.
Brilliant. Well, I look forward to seeing you in real life again soon, Michelle.
Thank you so much, Ella. It's been a pleasure connecting. Take care. Thank you.
Bye. Bye.